We definitely say blessed love to each and everyone. Give thanks for your presence with us in the tiger's nest. We glorify Emperor Haile Selassie I in all our doings and sayings, the power and might of the Holy Trinity. We represent the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress, Church of Divine Salvation. Of course, you know, such an establishment was from the 1st of March, 1958. Even at this time, headquarters officially in Jamaica, talking about Bull Bay, 10 miles, Bull Bay, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Give thanks to such a Congress, the Eabic. Give thanks to our worthy founder and leader, the Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edwards Melchizedek, who have set such a Congress for us to partake of and sup and, you know, join in such a salvation and redemption order. Of course, I am your humble servant, the Honorable Priest Isaac. It is a joy that you could come and sup with us again. We have a mighty program for you today. We have the Honorable Priest Chris, who will be joining us in a few moments. He will be definitely expounding with us on the whole, you know, aspect of the Bobo Shanti Order, the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress Church of True Divine Salvation Order. We'll be just reasoning with the Honorable Priest, a man who has walked and who has sat and who has, you know what I mean, corresponded directly with the Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edwards, the Honorable Prince Emmanuel. So, of course, it will be definitely a joy to hear, you know, of his experience, to hear his testimony as a witness of the salvation up close in flesh, you know, with us as we speak of the Bobo Shanti Order, King Emmanuel Order. As I said, the Honorable Priest Chris will be joining us in a few moments. But before we get into that, just give this a listen for me. Summary: African Heritage, K, Class 8. Key Swahili Lessons. Jina lako nani? What is your name? Jina langu ni. My name is. And then you apply your name. Musa the First of Mali, or Mansa Musa, which means Sultan. The word Mansa is considered the richest man ever to live in the world. During his reign, he expanded the empire of Mali, which was already rich with gold. He was considered to be so rich that when he made his pilgrimage to the Hajj, he gave out so much of his riches that he destabilized the economy of the region. Blessed love. And yes, once again, just highlighting, of course, the international homeschool program that we have established right here at the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge, as I said before, as it relates to the order within Rastafari, the EABIC. We have definitely taken the post of Minister of Education. I mean, if someone wants to challenge that, that's their business, but we definitely hold such a post. But let me just say again, you know, when you see these short clips, these are but the summary of our daily classes. We ship out these classes every day. As far as the international homeschool, as far as the homeschool program goes, we have the astronomy classes, and of course we have the African heritage classes. As I said before, we have done a small video, approximately 8 minutes. It's right there on the YouTube channel, which gives you a bit more detail as it relates to how you could sign up for the international homeschool program. Of course, if you cannot find the video, you can still email us, priestisaac27@gmail.com. And what that will do, we will just, you know, we will definitely correspond with you and assist you in going through the process. As I said, this is set for the child from K. From K, we already have a curriculum for the child that's at that level. And because we're dealing with astronomy and African history, we clearly say no matter what age you are, if you are green in these subject areas, it's all right. you are in mind. It doesn't matter your age, really, because everything you learn, you really got to learn it from scratch to appreciate it. And at the same time, we do not design our program as if we're trying to make kids out of these children here. In fact, we're trying to change some kids into children, if you want to put it that way, and run away from that mentality. Yes, that European mentality, that Eurocentric way of teaching that has been brought upon us for so long. So basically, as I said, the International Homeschool Program, it is there. Just a clear understanding. These are classroom settings that we issue out, that we send to your email, your inbox. You get it every day. And when I say every day, our classes are from Monday to Thursday, very similar to the Shock of the Hour radio program that we do, the same Monday to Thursday sort of format. And but with the International Homeschool, it must start on a Monday to keep the rhythm. That's very, very important. So every morning, yourself and your child, you should have that 20 to 30 minute program already in your inbox, and it comes along with a short 1 minute plus summary as what you just saw a moment ago. And I'm telling you, the information and the inspiration is worth it. Definitely something that will uplift the spirit of your child and yourself, because you ain't getting this in school. If you or your child or whatever attends an institute where they're being taught, a regular government school where they're taught astronomy, I'm telling you, and they're taught African history plus heritage, well, trust me, you got a gold mine somewhere there that we don't know about, and that is the truth. But anyway, definitely I'm looking forward for you to contact us as it relates to the International Homeschool Program, and definitely we will, look to link you up with that. All right, as I said, the Honorable Priest Chris should be joining us any moment. While we are waiting for him to step in, let us just do this here.
The Tigray region in northern Ethiopia is known for its assembly of rock-hewn churches. Sculpted out of sandstone, the most wondrous of these is Abuna Yamataga. There's only one way up. You have to climb this cliff face. Welcome to the world's most perilous church. Established in the 5th century, the church is named after its founder and builder, Father Yamata. Perched 650 feet above a steep cliff, some say he chose its location to be closer to heavenly spirits. Others argue it was a strategic move to avoid his enemies. Either way, the church's location, ceiling frescoes, and precious goatskin Bible have attracted worshippers for centuries. The church has 20 clergymen and is managed by this high-ranking priest. He has lived here for over 47 years, and he makes the climb every day.
أنا دما كشي غرور فايل أثر السهاي بهال أزيت كريستيان زي نوارئية أقل قالي قداسي وداسئية أوزي دما المسو أقايش مس أنا قادي كوينز تقمتكو إيه كل جزية دما وزئية.
For fearless worshippers, the 2-hour trek to the top begins by hiking to the bottom of the rock from the valley below. Visitors must first remove their shoes before climbing.
نساتهم ما عادين كريوا خلوا فرحمه كم تصير في مسلم لحرجن أتابعنا أو زي حازو أو زي رجسونا لنجن نساتهم كعات تتابعهم يوصوا أيام اللسي سلين حبر لهم أيام اللسي متشوي لأن أنا نحبر لهم.
The final obstacle to the church's entrance can test the most ardent pilgrim's faith. A narrow cliff ledge with a deadly drop to the left and no room for error. Once through, you may think you're in heaven, but you've never felt more alive.
كل هزبي أو زي كريستيانتي زي سجدي أو زي كريستيانتي زي السالمي يلن بناء جزيرة حيلي سلزخون أيو تخم زيلو أو زي كوينيو عمي دخل يخون أو قدر تسألني أم على تيو.
Yeah, join Mount Zion with King Rastafari. Blessed love to each and everyone. Again, once again, as I said, we are definitely here keeping up full vibes. Honorable Priest Isaac still here with you. As I promised each and everyone, we have the royal priest with us sitting in. We have the Honorable Priest Chris, who is joining us from, let's just say, over the seas, definitely through the international link. And of course, I welcome him to the Tiger's Nest, my Lord, looking bright and wonderful. Give thanks again for the Sabbath pass and give thanks that you could have really taken the time to join us, you know, for this sit down and this reasonment and this upful meditation, you know, as we, you know, speak about the glory of the Black Christ and of course the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress. So I already told the audience that you were stepping in, my Lord. Blessed love again. I don't know if you want to give a few words as it relates to yourself before we go into any depths of any reasonment, you know. If not, we'll go straight ahead. My Lord, blessed love.
Thanks, my Lord.
True,
thanks alive most of all, you know.
True, man.
And even give thanks to this platform where even I and I come together at this moment to give glory, you know, and speak of the glory of our Father. And give thanks to this journey of Rastafari, you know. We give thanks to this platform where the man even said, you know, I give glory unto the I also, you know, who even put forth this platform that I and I can share with it, you know, and put forth the word to the world of people, you know, the worldwide world of people, you know. So I am Honorable Priest Chris, you know, of the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress, you know, the true divine church of salvation, you know. With our worthy founder, leader, president, our God and King, the right honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edward, the Lord servant, the Black Christ in flesh. Holy Emmanuel, I, Selassie, Rastafari.
Yes, my Lord.
And I give thanks to the Tiger's Nest, my Lord, and give thanks to this moment of reasoning. And, you know, we just take with time and go into the reasoning and, you know, strengthen one another, as the man say. Iron sharpeneth iron, my Lord.
The countenance of one man brighter than another, you know. Well,
my
King,
Lord.
As far as this Congress that you have become a part of, you know, I know you're one that, you know, would have spent some time amongst the Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edwards yourself, you know, as a member of the Congress from such time. Honestly, I don't know what positions you may have hold. I know we have parliament and committee and so, but you would go into that a bit.
We can go into that and start the journey, you know, and I even come on to.
Well, that is what I wanted to ask, you know, of course, just as the aunt said, how is it that you found this order? How you came to this tradition, this faith, you know, to pick it up, whether it be as Rasta first or, you know, however. Just let us know. Give us an idea.
Well, as you know, so the journey starts within the womb, you know. So as time go by, still, you know, and after high school, within high school, as I just started high school, you know. I know the item, I've seen it still, but there's a documentary on the internet that came out on about 1982, where the brethren, I think his name was Roy Brown, went up at the camp, you know, and did a tour of the camp and did a documentary. But during that time, we might see the unedited version on the internet now. But you had a program that ran on television that was JBC TV in the 80s, you know. And I don't remember the name of the program, but it used to come every Sunday evening. But I remember the time when that program, because he used to go to like different communities in Jamaica, where different communities and document and show it to the rest of Jamaica. So I definitely remember the time when he went up at Bobo Hill, you know, and it came on TV like a Sunday evening. So my first initial thing was, man, I want to go up to that place, you know. I really want to go to that place at that moment, you know, when I first see that on the television, you know. But as time go by, high school time go through and so forth, you know, you're after high school now, it's like before high school finished, I started to even see myself more within the tradition of Black consciousness, within Rastafari, and started to see myself, you know, more and more and more, you know. So by that, after finish high school now, you know, as within Jamaica now, you know, the tradition from for youth is to finish high school. Most youth would want to gravitate to Kingston after that and continue education or go get a job or something like that. So that was the move for me, you know. After I finished high school, went to Kingston and working at the same time and going to school still, you know. But still seeking Rastafari and trying to find the pathway, you know. And you have different groups of Rastafari, and at the moment you have the Ethiopian Orthodox, which I didn't really try to go to the Orthodox church because they were worshiping on Sunday. And something told me that I'm supposed to be a Sabbath keeper, you know, within myself, not knowing which way I'm going to stay on still. You know, I just know that I'm supposed to keep the Sabbath, you know. So after I'm working at this place now, in that's about 1988, you know, I'm working at this place. So there's a priest which is in Ghana right now, Priest Bonnick. He's original medal man. Yes, I never Priest Bonnick. He used to travel medal and him, you know, and selling medal in the streets, you know. So I'm in this place working still, and what the time I have one medal still named Jaliv with Jaliv mark on it.
Okay, give me 1 second, King. One second. On my side, it's chipping a little bit on my side. I don't know how I'm coming forward to you if I'm clear, but it kind of break up. I hear you know. In fact, I can follow the story too, but the more it prolongs, I see chipping. So I don't know if there's anything that could be done.
I got cut off a while ago.
Yeah, see that, and you're clear too. You're much
clear now.
Yeah, okay, continue. That's the far right.
All right, and I'm praise. So yeah, you're clear and nice now.
Yeah, I was chipping up too.
After I'm working in this place, you know, about seeking Rastafari, you know.
And you see Priest Bonnick.
Yeah, so Priest Bonnick tried in the place, you know, peddling him in buttons and so forth. You know?
Yeah,
so inside of my man still, you know. But you know, God see the God same way still, you know. So but I have an button at the moment with Jaliv mark on it. But the red was turned down.
I hear you.
So the honorable priest come on, step over to me, and just, all him said to me is that, you know, the red's supposed to be up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the few words that he gave me, and he moved and he gone again, you know. So that was my first encounter with a Bobo Shanti at that moment. You know? My first few words with a Bobo Shanti. And all him said to me, he said the red was supposed to be up, you know. So within the next couple of months now, my lad, it's like, and I and a brethren, three of us, really chatting together every evening after work, you know. It's like we would gather, listen some conscious reggae music, and smoke some chalice, you know. That was the mission every evening after we finish work, you know. So at the time in Jamaica, you find that it was coming from 70s, 80s now, wherein you had some conscious reggae music and then it changed into dancehall music. Right, dancehall. So we used to gather and I listen to music from the 70s to the 80s and, you know, vibes on it at that moment, you know, and our reggae vibes, you know, and still thinking that we are somewhere within Rastafari and building ourselves, you know. So you have a brethren now who used to come visit my brethren, sister, so he used to come check her, but he's a Bobo Shanti, you know, but at that time he never wear a turban, you know. So him sight and I'm talking about when I'm 19, 20 years old. So him sight and I as youth, and him say, well, you know, the music we all listen to, it's conscious, yes, but if you want to hear the true music, you would have to go up on the hill. Knowing that I don't know where the hill, what he's talking about with the hill, and I'm just saying you'd have to go up on the hill, you know. So that I'm talking about 1989. So coming on to 1990 now, it was like, because we always talking about conscious reggae music, and we're into that, you know, and all of that, you know, but him see the potential and see what's into us still, you know, see it and see what we're striving to, you know. So February 7, 1990, was at the house smoking a chalice and so, and him said, you know, it's celebration today, you know, and we're going on the hill, you know, you want to come? And I said, naturally we want to come, you know. That was three of us, you know.
February 7th,
yes, 1990.
Brand new year, man.
Yes, I'm just saying celebration. You want to come, you know. Not telling us where we're going or anything, you know. Not even giving us the culture of Bobo Shanti or King Emmanuel or nothing like that. And knowing that the only time that I saw anything about King Emmanuel was that documentary, 1982, that I watched on JBC. You know, that's the only time that I had or anybody telling me anything about King Emmanuel. So right away, due to I and I seeking so much, we're ready, you know, we're ready to go up on the hill. So at that moment, it was night also, you know. So we left from Kingston, and so by the time when we reach at the, you know, down a 9 mile, down at the bridge mile, because at that time, you know, so the yard just finished build back from the devastation of Gilbert. So everything was back in place, and the hill was bright. When I tell you, so when we down a 9 mile, we could, because they had some steel horn where you could hear the Nyabingi from down at the bridge, you know. Because they have a couple of steel horn up on the yard at that time. And you could propel the bingi from you reach 9 mile, you could hear Nyabingi during those days, you know. So when we go up at the yard, my lord, and enter that gate, my lord,
I feel you.
All I could say, this is it, you know. This is what I was seeking for all this time and all these years, you know, for the last couple of years, when I seek for, not even looking to the left nor to the right, nowhere else. All I could say, this is it, you know. and still not yet even understand the fullness of what I'm coming into. Still not even know, because no one not even yet tell me, say, this is the home of the Black Christ, you know, and not even come to that understanding. We just know, say, it's a group of Rastafari I am amongst. And once I reach to that place, I know that is my home. You know, that was my conviction at the moment that I stepped through the gate, you know, because you see what happened, you start hear things that you're familiar with, you know, the drum sound and the choruses, and so it just bring back a memory of Ancient of Days, you know. So that was my first encounter when I go up on the hill still, you know, see it at that January 7, 1990, you know. So from that moment, my Lord, you know, it's like, I soak in that moment, you know. I soak in that moment and realize where I'm at within a very short time, you know. Natural, within a short time, I realized where I'm at, you know, and then the reference where I start here referring to the Father within the yard and so forth, you know. So at that moment, you know, I go back, you know, after that moment, you know, I go back at my house at Kingston.
I don't want to cut you there. I don't want to cut you. I don't know if you I don't want to cut you, but you don't leave the camp. Cause I was waiting to hear, and you may come to it. But Priest Bannock, you never see him that night there.
I don't think so. No.
Okay, just check. I just say maybe it's a part of the script, you know.
I didn't see Priest Bannock that night
I would just assume you would, the next time you ever see him, you would say, but wait. You know, so I'm just checking. But you go through.
Sure, natural, my Lord.
Yeah, man. It makes sense.
Yes, Priest. So that moment, that glorious night of Naya Binge service went through, it was an all-night Binge. But I had to go back to work the next morning and all of that, you know. So we left within the night and so forth and went back to work and so forth. So at the moment, I realized that this is a place that I was seeking for Sabbath, you know, because I was seeking for the Rastafaris that keep Sabbath, you know. So I realized that this is the place that keeps Sabbath, you know, after reasoning and so forth that night, you know. So after that moment, you know, you go back in a road and so forth, and you know. So I started to keep the Sabbath there. First out the street, and then we start trot to the hill each Sabbath, you know, and build myself. Every Friday, while I'm still working, you know, I'm coming to Sabbath each Sabbath, you know, and learning about the man still, you know, see it. So you find, say, after treading, you know, just naturally just rising within the faith, you know, you get more rebellious, you know, after you see what's going on. So naturally the work situation and all of that break down, you know. So you find them actually fire me. Yeah, because I start go there. Actually, I start, because at that moment, you see, once me going at the yard at that moment, my Lord, from that moment, we say, all right, this is it. I am not cutting my hair no more. You know, I just find that conviction, you know, I just start growing my dreadlocks same way and everything, you know. And all of this happened in 1990, you know.
What kind of work it was?
Well, I was working in an office situation when we used to do accounting.
Well, you done now,
yeah. Natural. So yeah, yeah. When I do accounting at the moment, you know, and you know, say at that time in Jamaica it was totally different, you know. Natural. So as time goes by, you know, say everything is just Rastafari, and we start learn more about the man himself, you know, and get to understand, say, this is Christ here with us in Egypt, Jamaica, you know. Yeah, that I get to understand the fullness. And start learn, you know, more about the Black Christ liberty and the Black Christ teachings and the Trinity, you know, as how the Father teaches us, you know. So it was very enlightening, you know, to come understand, to know, so well, the man is here amongst us, you know. The said teachings what I was seeking for, and the Sabbath keeping and all of that, it was right here, you know. And my Lord, you know, when the man said only God know the love of God, it's just a natural thing still, you know, because you could be right there, you know, you could be at the bottom of the hill and don't know still, you know, see it. So even when him say him find us and not we find him, it's just a natural, you know, see it. You know, the man say him call us unto him, you know, to serve within his glory still, you see it. So we see it as a natural, my Lord. So as the time come by, my Lord, we start trot to the hill on a weekly basis, you know. Wherein I would go in Friday evening now, spend my Sabbath, and then trot back Sunday and go back to work. And then after that now, that kind of vibes break down where in the work situation now work. So I would still try and spend like probably half of the week in the camp, you know, and just I build myself Psalms reading and service, you know, and then start participate within anything that's going on within the camp still, you know. Just be a member and just start, you know. That time is still not living at the yard yet, you know. Yeah, that time is still not living at the yard yet. So after a couple months now, we decide, so well, this is time, you know, to move, come out of the system and just start build myself. And at that time too, the Africa movement started up, wherein brethren started to trot to Ghana, and when the Ethiopia movement and so forth, you know, so that started up within that time. So that even pushed me more to even move into the camp, you know, see it, because the Africa movement started up still, and we see what the father did at the time still, you know, see it. So that even pushed me to, so, you know, you sell your belongings where you got out the road there, whatever you can sell, your bed and all those kind of things, and whatever you can gather, and I'm moving at the yard, you know. So even saying this, you know, my Lord, this is like months and months, you know. I'm talking about early January 1990, and I'm moving before the year end still, you know. But all of this time, I have never behold the King Emmanuel yet, you know. Yeah, all of this time, I never behold the man, you know. You just know, say, the man live in that palace up there, and, you know, and so forth, you know, and we just get word service and so forth, you know. So after building myself and then moving in to the camp, you know, see it. And, you know, at the time, it was protocol to ask permission from the father if you can come in and so forth, you know, and make him know that, you know, I would love to be a part of the journey, you know, and my desire is to trade with the man until freedom, redemption, international repatriation, you know. So the man say, give back the words, yeah, freedom and so forth. So, you know, you come in at the yard and I live, you know, and so forth. So start living at the yard and start regular duties, you know. You start your regular duties at the time, you know. At the time, you know, really find which space you're into yet, you know, which office you're gonna really, you know, and doing. But you just, whatever is to be done on a daily basis, you find yourself, you do it, you know. Morning time come, we usually go get water. At the time, we never have the water at the back of the hill, you know. Yeah. So we used to get water over a place near the grind, you know, which is about a mile across, you know. So we used to get water. So on a daily basis, once you get water, you go get water. First thing you get water for the father, you get a couple jump for the father, and then you get yours if you have a wash. You get your personal after that, you know. So them daily duty there we take care of the Empress quarters, make sure the Empress have water and so forth, you know. So celebration was coming up, my lord. Yeah. This is the first time I have behold the father, you know. when a celebration I come up, I don't remember which one was it, you know, but within the same year of 1990, you know. And one of my office that I took up is that, like, when celebration would come around, I would help out with the painting, you know. I would, you know, to brighten up the place, because during my days, my lord, at the camp, every single celebration, some form of painting going on, you know. Brighten up the place, some have to paint up, you know, and whitewash and so forth, and the stones. And so every single celebration during my days, painting, Jago saying go buy some paint and whitewash, and the place will go brighten up and look official, you know. So I used to participate within the painting, and I used to see myself as a painter within the camp, you know. So at that time, no, the father had two palaces. I don't know if you heard the man them talk about the roundhouse. You did go to the camp when the roundhouse was there?
Definitely, yes, my lord.
Yeah, roundhouse. Yeah, roundhouse and the
palace.
original and the big palace. Right.
And even here a time ago, that they build a next house up higher with fan and thing. But the father never go in that one there, but that's the next reasoning there. Natural. So yeah, the father used to share like the roundhouse and the big palace. You know, at times you were in years of the father don't have the roundhouse. At times, you know, you doing whatever go on. You know, the father used the two palaces. You know, so at the moment, now, my lord, I was painting. You know, so I don't remember if I even had a turban yet, my lord. But I was in the yard painting. I'm on the structure outside, you know, and the building painting, you know. I never see the father yet, you know. So this moment now, I'm out there painting and I do my thing, you know, and I give thanks, you know. And the father is like outside of the structure, and you see the father come out on the veranda. But the father did just wash him locks, you know. Yes, and him locks was down, you know. And the father come out from the veranda to breeze it off, you know. And I was on the ladder, my lord. Never behold the father yet or nothing like that, you know. And I was on the ladder painting, you know. And I see the man come out. And I was so astonished, you know, that at the moment, to be honest with you, I didn't know what to say, you know. And the father saw that in me, that I was so shocked, you know, to see him at the moment. That him just give me a little chuckle and laugh, you know. I said, blessed my Lord. And all I could say was, oh, blessed Lord, my Lord. And that was it for that moment, you know. I couldn't say nothing else at the moment. Could be said. And the man just sit in a throne and just relax. And I just continue painting, you know. Yeah, man. That was my first interaction with the man, you know. I can say wow now, you know, but.
Yes, my dad. So
yeah,
it was joyous, but it was very shocking at the moment, you know, because I never expected like that, you know. Yeah, man. But we give thanks, you know. So, man,
and you not even aware if you had a turban or not yourself.
I don't even remember if I had a turban at the moment, my lad, because it was months going into the yard, and it take me like a couple months before I even asked for my turban, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't rush to ask for the turban. I did living at the yard for a little while, and then they asked me, you know. You know, see, it was it was a couple more. I think it was not before the November that I got my turban, you know.
Wow.
You see?
Wow.
Yeah. So after that moment, now, my lad, we're there, get my turban and everything, and functioning. Because you see, due to the fact that I was keeping Sabbath, I did have an understanding of Psalms reading and so forth, you know. So it didn't take me long to really, once living in the yard, it didn't take me long. Once I start put on my turban and robe, it didn't take me long to start, you know, get into the chanting and Psalms reading, because I was going Psalms reading on a regular basis from before, you know. So during that time, you know, in the yard, functioning and so forth, you know. So just functioning normal and so forth. So you had Honorable Priest Jackie, one of the ancient where I man even have a lot of love for, you know.
True.
He is a man like Priest Jackie is a man now, honorable priest. So when you just go to the camp now, Priest Jackie, this is how Priest Jackie will treat you, you know. He used to treat even angel, you know. It's like it's a 4 o'clock, my dad. 4:30, 4:30. You just hear a little singing that come round to whichever gates you're there, you know, and a little lamp, you know, and you see Praise Jackie come and him just carry like all a chalice load, you know, and him say, well, the Father said this for you, you know. All when another Father said this. The Father said this for you, you know.
Yeah,
you know, but and the Father said this here and we are still within flesh, you know, see, so we just come and them love them in you know. And we just say, the Father said that chalice load for you, you know. Smoke it and go on as Psalms reading, man. You know, see, them kind of energy the priest come with, you know.
About 4 o'clock.
Yeah, man, from about 4 o'clock, him come around, man. And if him know, say, you just come in the yard, I saw him I go treat you, you know, whoever it is. Not just me or whoever, just come and he know, say, you just come and you come to the and say, I come check you, them time. Because them time, them up and about, you know, and start look about the Father, tea or whatever I need to do in the early morning, you know, and prepare to get the Father chalice ready or whatever, you know. So him will go around and him check angels who him know just come, you know, and probably don't even have a draw either, you know, see it? And him minister a draw to you and tell us, smoke it and go on a Psalms reading, you know. So it's a priest where if him see something in you, he will identify it, you know. That's how Priest Jackie is, you know. So Priest Jackie come to me one moment and said to me, say, well then, what kind of work you used to do out the road then? What kind of work you used to do in a Babylon? I tell him, say, yes, my lad, I used to work in our office there as this account, you know. They say, all right, never tell the Father what you used to do, you know. So I go back to the Father and show the Father, say, well, Priest and the Virgin used to work in our office, and the Father said, all right, put him in the office, man, because at the time too, just to mention also, there was Virgin leaving. Virgin was trying out and so forth. So you need at the time you need manpower to fill certain spaces. You know? Yeah, so I came in at that time.
1991, so.
Yes, my
lad. True, man.
Yeah, you needed manpower.
A big exodus, man.
True, natural.
Big migration.
True, my lad. So I came in at that time, you know, so you find that just put him in the office, man. So you find, say, at that time, you had like Priest Gamber, Priest Harry, Priest Courtney. There was a 3 main priests who was working, and you had Priest Akil. But when I came when Priest Akil was there. But right after we come, the immigration take a Priest Akil right in that same time. Yeah, so he had left, you know. So when I went to live in the yard, actually, he wasn't there. You know, see, but the other Virgin there was there still, you know, and movement, man was getting ready to move and all of that, you know. Yeah. So
Priest Akil.
Natural, my lad. So he was there at the time, but immigration take him away at the moment, you know. So all those brethren were in the office at the time. So it was coming the time where like Priest Harry was working in the office, Priest Camber also, and then brethren they did try to Africa. So you didn't need brethren to fill in the office still, you know. So it's so come I man even start when my duty after a couple months doing other things and doing whatever can be done in the camp. After a couple months, you know, my official duty was working within the office still, you know. Yeah, that was my official duty. And even before that, you know, I never really have no whole heap reasoning with the Father, you know. Before going into the office, I never really have no encounter with the man. Just in the yard and doing duties, and you know, getting word when you go to service and so from the Father, you know, about not even going to the palace or anything, just being in the yard, you know, see? So at the time now, Priest Jackai recommend me for going to the office and I start working in the office, you know. So I was working directly under Honorable Priest Courtney at the moment, you know. So you find that man like Priest Camber, Priest Harry, you know, Empress Esther was involved at them time. They would deal with more government to government or anything to do with the government or any official documents going out. Those were the brethren that would deal with that. Priest Courtney now, I and Priest Courtney would deal with anything dealing with like brethren or sistering writing to the Congress or writing to the Father, you know. So how it would go now is that, say for example, you write from, you want to correspond with the Father from Antigua, and say you write directly to the camp and directly to the Father, whether it be me or whether it be Priest Courtney, like a letter like that, like when it comes from individual brethren or sistering or members of the Congress, we, either me or Priest Courtney would read it to the Father and, you know, go through it with the Father, and then the Father would directly give a word. Because, you know, we have a standard way of writing the letter wherein blessed love, give thanks to life and so forth. You know? But within the letter now, you would give the word that the Father give directly, you know. And you would close with that. There's a standard way of writing, right, of opening the letter, and then a standard way of closing it, you know. So within the middle now, you would fill in the contents or whatever the Father said to tell to the person, you know. So how it would go, like for letters like those, you know, you read it to the Father, and you know whatever the person, because you know there was always a lot of questions, my lord. People would ask a lot of questions, you know, individual, you know, brethren and sisters, you know. So those are the letters that I and Priest Courtney used to deal with directly, you know, during my office duty within the camp still, you know, see it? We would correspond directly to brethren and sisters. For me personally, it was a lot of brethren in Bahamas who was in prison at the time, you know. Yeah, I corresponded with a lot of brethren, you know, see. But what happened now, my lord, even coming into the office and so, a whole lot of things to talk, you know. Yeah, man, a whole lot of things, you know. We are going to have more than one sessions, you know, because even coming into the office now is that, it's like, my lord, it really opened me up a whole lot, you know,
yeah.
because being in the office now, it confirmed who this man is directly for me personally, you know, because, you know, after you've been in the office now, you have spare time where you can read, you know. So after I started reading the documents and the years of this man championing human rights, you know, and appealing and agitating, you know, onto the heads of government, you know, the Queen, from that time, you know, and seeing the dates from that time and the correspondence and the response and all of that, you know. Holy Emmanuel, last year, Rastafari, you know, the champion of human rights, you know. Even seeing the documents from that time, you know, from 40s coming up, you know, documents wherein you wouldn't know. If you don't know, if you don't see them, you wouldn't know. Naturally, put it like that, you know. If you don't see these documents, you know, you wouldn't know, say, this man has been championing this right for such a long time, you know. So when the times spent in the office, my lord, and even seeing the correspondence and the works that the man have done over the years. I'm talking about even 50 years before me even reaching 40, 50 years before me even shut up on the hill and see the works of the man. It really strengthened me so much, my Lord, that it just bind me more committed to even continue within the works and do the man thing, because it's been a long journey, and the man never come off of it still, see. And for all the time, my Lord, where I get even to be in the presence of the man. The man's words was ever freedom, redemption, and international repatriation, from that time until this time, Yeah, man, ever freedom, redemption, international repatriation, So even coming on to the present, being in the presence of the man, as when you said, at time when we get the letters, we could be able to, we would be able to sit in front of the Father and read the letter and get back a response still, So that was a privilege still, to even get that opportunity there, to just get that time there with the Father still, because I wasn't really a man who up at the palace all the time. But even to get the opportunity when some letters come from the post office, we hope that we could have read it. Was a glory, So that was an opportunity that we get to be in the presence of the Father also.
And them come from the Bahamas steady.
Natural, the Bahamas, all over the Caribbean. All over the Caribbean, really. But Bahamas the most. Because a lot of the Britain was locked up in a Queen Elizabeth prison in Bahamas. The prison name them was child. Most of them was a little heard them locked up, Yeah, but you have letters coming from US also, England, and anyone who even the bridging them like if they were planning to try to the camp, they would write before and tell the Father, say, them are come at such and such a time, if them coming for a celebration and so forth, the communication wasn't like how it is now, so enough people, the letter was still very prevalent at that time, natural, my lad. So a lot of people would write at that time and just give a word and so forth, Yes, so we would correspond to those brethren, Yes, my lad. So
today I flowing so good, like even questions I have there, I don't licking them off one by one and certain things, like yeah. And the information and the knowledge and you're definitely taking me, into them realms. I can see where you are, and when you say that you through the correspondence, you could say that concretize that, yeah, man, this is really the man I dealing with, man. So
natural, my lad.
So you would be a man now that there's a document that we read in the morning, our morning principle, the principle sheet. Would that specific sheet there already been set up the way that is set at your time, or would?
Yeah, it was already set like that.
Okay, all right. And the black supremacy as well.
Yeah, and the black supremacy as well was already. Yeah, the black supremacy was recently printed over like that when I went out. That was a new set of black supremacy that came out when I went, and that was recent before. It was just a couple of years before that.
Okay. Because I know they have this black supremacy with like almost 100 and something pages, I think, in it.
Right, that one was in like 79, 78, 79.
Okay.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. So when I went, the new one had came out, and the principle that we're reading right now, that was in place also.
True. Right. So you speak about the privilege sitting with King Emmanuel himself, and just in simple language, how would you describe him? You've sat with him. He's a person, isn't he? How would you describe him?
My Lord. King Emmanuel Charles Edwards, you know?
I think you just suffered a couple challenges with him already, huh? I don't know.
Yes, my Lord.
Okay, true.
A couple of times, you know?
Couple of
Natural. Him share him cup with I and I still, you know?
Right.
Natural. Yes, my Lord. Well, the love where I feel from this man, my Lord, I've never experienced it nowhere, no place. I've never seen a man in such an ancient way before, you know, because through Jamaica, you know, you have a lot of ancient and elderly people and elder Rasta man, you know, but when sitting with King Emmanuel, it's a total difference. You know, it's just God in flesh, man.
Yeah, man.
There's no way around it. I can't. It's just God in flesh. That's the simplest word. That's the simplest word. It's just God in flesh. And when you sit in the presence of the man, you feel it. You know, natural. You know, it's just God in flesh. Father Moses.
Yes,
you know, my Lord. It's just God in flesh. You can feel the presence of the man and the words of the man. You know, it just uplifts you so much. You know. You're never being around the man, and even when the man is serious, because I've had moments where the man have to bring up brethren, you know, like serious reasoning where things have to come up. Even at one point, I remember when the brethren them Priest Lionel and Priest Donovan them did rise up on the hillside,
yes,
you know. And then a lot of things was going on. And Jah bring up man, you know, and Jah in a very serious manner still, you know. And I remember the father say, like him say, him asking like who never vote?
Yeah.
Like out the road there before them come. Who never vote? Come behind him. And who vote already stay out there. Jam the father those things like those, you know. Yeah, so I'm seeing him in a serious manner, but my Lord is just God in flesh, you know. Every time I ever go to the man with any kind of issues or anything like it's just the Heavenly Father, the fatherly love the way I cannot explain. It only comes from him, you know. It only comes from him, my Lord, because I've had issues wherein I get locked up out there with herb and them thing there, and like time to go to court and them thing there. When you go to the Father, the Psalms them when he give you to read and them thing there. It's like it's just a far him give you that spiritual upliftment plus that fatherly, that son and father also, you know. Him give you that heavenly father where you see him as the God in flesh, and him still give you that father and son relationship same way, you know, see it? To make you know, say, I am a man still, you know, see it, but I am God still, you know, see it? So I've never feel that, because when you deal with your father out the street, you know, it's a different energy, but you get that heavenly father love from the man, plus a father and son, like how you deal with your daddy out the street, you know, see it? So you get that both love from the man still, you know, see it?
I would not have sat with the Black Christ in them kind of levels there. Let me put it like that. Obviously. But I know from your timeline, you would have, because still, even though I have not, you know, it's like reasonings like this over the years, where, you know, as you would hear religious people say, where you have a personal relationship with your God.
Right.
You know what I mean? So even from the early days, I always considered I have a personal relationship with Haile Selassie. You know, like a personal, like I can talk to him, like I'm talking to you here, me and you having a reasoning that will share to the world, you know?
Right.
Same way, through the knowledge of the Honorable King Emmanuel as well. Right. There's that personal relationship. But as I said, through the knowledge of him. So I know him from as far as, because I studied the history from the time of Up Park Camp. You know,
Right.
interestingly too, you know, I didn't say it at the time, but interestingly, the eye was painted. You understand?
Right.
And
Natural.
and if I'm not mistaken, that's what he was doing when he got that
True.
prophetic calling that he speaks of.
When he fall from that height, my Lord, natural,
Exactly,
and
you
realize
know.
that he's the man, you know, see it?
Right.
Natural.
That is why I was asking you if you're sure you can't recollect if you had on a turban or not, because he didn't have on one, so I was just trying to see the full cosmic link, but
natural.
another time.
I
You'll
can't
get it.
recall if I had on a turban.
You'll get it straight, man. No worry. If you sit and put dates together, you have to know when they get crowned.
Possible not. And,
Yeah, okay.
and probably that's why I was so shocked even to say something to the man, you know?
Right.
But
what I'm saying,
and says,
right. But what I'm saying now, you would have, although you had that, you could say, intimate relationship, you know, close relationship with the king, you come across the king at a mystic time. To me, anything from the 90s go back, different from than that's a different man in a sense than the one you see on the 1982 video. You know what I mean? Because remember, man, go to the catalog, man, listen to the recordings, even the way the man talk was different at them times there.
My Lord, I think when I came to the camp and within those realms, as if you asked me a while ago how I saw that man at that time, I think he was in a very high realms during that moment. Very, 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 because once I saw him, my Lord, I recognized who he is, you know. You know, see, that there was no doubt. He was in a realms wherein very, very high at that moment, you know, during that period of time. Yes, that's what I recognize, because there was no doubt about it, you know. Once I know this is the Black Christ that I'm looking at, you know. You know, see, I know. Yeah. So that's what I felt, you know. And even because of that, because I was a man that minister a lot, you know, no Psalms reading, whenever I get the opportunity to, you know. So I used to go to Psalms reading regular. So you used to take the opportunity to carry up Psalms reading, because, you know, when you carry up Psalms reading, you get to go see the Father, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, when you're in the principle, the reading of the principle, the leading priest will step off, and then you go check the Father at that time, you know. When you check the Father, you get about 5-10 minutes to reason with the Father, and, you know, in what reason and whatever is going on with the camp, if celebration is coming up, if you know you're supposed to clean up the place, whatever duties to be done, you would send a word to the congregation, send a word to the Empress, them and so forth, because, you know, the Father always not leave out the Empress there. Yeah, never leave out the Empress. That balance, you know.
You're answering questions, brother. But go ahead.
Yeah, never leave out the Empress, them, you know. So that perfect balance. Whenever I check the Father have to send always, and if him know who, he will send word to him in particular. If him knows that they are in the congregation, so him send word directly to them, you know. So him always send words. So I always take the opportunity to carry up Psalms reading that we can see the Father and get a word from the Father, you know. And my Lord, I don't know why I was doing it so much, but after a while I realized, because I didn't know that the Father was going to try. You know, see? So in truth and in fact, I got like 4 years around the Father, and it was well spent, my Lord. Yeah, the best 4 years of my life was between 1990 and 1994, wherein I was glorying in the salvation of the Black Christ, wherein you had the opportunity. Probably I could see the man like every day if I really wanted to, you know, because even if it's just to go for the palace from the office for some reason, yeah, I could possibly find a reason to go up there, you know, if I wanted to, you know. But it was a glorious moment, my Lord. And as you mentioned, he was in a different realms at that time and even before. You know, and as you say, we even, because I didn't even look at it like that, even the videos and so forth, you know, because it does dawn on me, and even the videos from early 80s until even at the 90s, and it's a different persona at the man still, you know. So you even enlighten that to me right at this moment as we are speaking still, you know.
That's the far.
We give thanks, you know.
Yeah,
But
good.
within the journey, my Lord, and within the time, I can clearly say the Father works is just freedom, redemption, and international repatriation. You know? That's ever on his lips, my Lord. Every day, anytime you check the Father, freedom, redemption, international repatriation. You know? Every single day. Never change from that, my Lord. So I give thanks, you know, I give thanks to the Black Christ salvation, my Lord, and what it has taught us, you know. It has really enlightened I and I still, you know, and it is what I and I have to just continue to do to even enlighten this generation and the generation to come. I really give thanks to the journey, my Lord, you know, upon that mountain, you know. Rastafari speak. Holy Emmanuel eyes.
Selassie,
Jah,
Rastafari.
Rastafari.
You speak about the empresses
So,
now.
natural, my
I am
Lord.
hoping to have an empress from them time to sit with I, but I wouldn't call her name at the moment because she hasn't given me the exact word yet.
Right.
But you mentioned earlier in the reasoning that you used to also more in the early stages. You say you were ministering onto the empresses as well. I'd
Most
assume
natural,
that's
my Lord.
before you went into office hardcore.
Natural.
And I'd like to hear a little about that. Plus, you know, even within the knowledge gathering, empresses like Empress Phyllis, Empress Maisie, you know what I mean? You know, the empresses, man, would speak
Sure.
of how they would deal with the Honorable King Emmanuel as well.
Natural.
You know, as far as ironing clothes and washing
Right.
clothes, and
Sure, man.
although some elders always speak of a priest named John Natz, I never know him. But I
Yeah,
always hear
Janak,
him
yeah.
used to
Yeah.
wash the father locks, but I still
Sure.
hear Empress talk about empresses washing Jah locks that way, you know.
Natural,
So
natural, my Lord.
even at a certain stage, you know, of the father,
Sure.
the
Sure.
empresses would wipe certain things coming down the
Natural,
mountain, man.
because the father get elderly, you know.
True,
Natural,
man.
my
Yeah,
Lord.
man. So if you
True,
could
man.
give me a little vibes on that, especially as it pertains to the empresses, because not just the story of it, you know, because it's all what you're saying there. You're also speaking of the principle within it, you know. So
Most
all of that
natural.
will bring out the principle within it, and you know we have to seal the conversation with some solutions. Bless you.
Natural, my lad. So within the Empress, they know as the father, I know it's a man and woman kingdom, you know, and I give thanks to that still. So I even during the time I camp, and I see wherein the father give enough powers to the empress, you know, to the woman in particular, the black woman, you know, the mother of the earth still, you know, see? I see wherein the father glorify the mother of the earth and show the importance of her within our Baba Shanti living, and the perfect balance with it is what it is, you know, amongst us still, you know, see it? So even during my time, I remember enough moments wherein just we was put the woman in front, you know, put the woman in front, you know, put the woman in front, you know. Reason B is that when the woman go before and appeal for the right of her children, you know, which is, and the right is just freedom, redemption, international repatriation. As the man said, she's appealing to a woman same way because the Queen of England same way control all of these settings, you know. So the woman will even have a more appealing heart, you know, see it, and to certain ones still, and then with more show a more credence to what's going on still. So him always put the woman have a space with the woman, make I know there's a balance. You know, there's nothing can go on without the woman in the midst of it still. You know, see, we can't have anything around without a woman in the midst of it. So I always give thanks to such, knowledge and understanding what the man give us still. You know, the woman have to be in the midst of everything what we're doing still, you know, see it. So the daughters are fallen now, you know, see it, within the principles and so forth, what the father said. You have daughters who did even pass certain stage of where we could have come on the father at all times, you know. So when he even mentioned even the locks and so forth, you have daughters who could have come around the father and even take care of the man still, because the man is a king, my lord. And you need that woman balance around, you know, see it. So you have moments, my lord, where you have daughters who never go in a house, pass the time with them go in a house, and them have the freedom to come around the palace at the time still, you know. So you did have moments like that still, you know. Yeah, man. But the woman, my lord, the woman of right, you know, is very, very important within I tradition still, you know. So the woman bring forth the life, you know. So we have to glorify them, you know, see. And the father show I that still, you know, see. Yeah, man, we have to push up the woman then still, you know, see. Yeah, man. So that the father stand for, my lord.
True, man. Yes.
True, man.
Respect. Again, since the position of as an office man.
Yes, praise.
You also mentioned the Honorable Priest Akil.
True, my lord.
And the moments he spent before he made a move.
Right.
And returned to Trinidad.
Not sure.
Mm-hmm. Now, I want to be clear with what I'm saying. I don't want to get the words mixed up, but let me just touch what I know exactly and make you fill in the other spaces. I don't have to say every single thing, so I don't want to say the wrong thing. So I am meditating that the concept. I'm just going to tell you what I know, because I have the humble and what you have to say. But keep in mind, still at the same time, because information is mystic, even amongst I and I.
Sure.
Because even I wasn't there and you were there.
Right.
I would say one thing, but then there have others that were there and they say a slightly different thing too. And
sure. It's
so important that, it's just clarity, and that's why I'm not afraid to, even mention a name or two, because it's just reality.
Gotcha.
I know I am not lying on anyone at all. Now,
sure, man.
The double Sabbath concept.
Honorable.
And I'm speaking from what I understand. Not necessarily Good Friday alone. From my comprehension, the double Sabbath standard was risen at a specific time, somewhere in the 90s.
Most natural.
To return to, keeping up with the Ethiopian time, basically, in a nutshell. So it would have been, so the Friday now, just like the Saturday, would be considered a Sabbath as well. I'm not talking about Good Friday, I'm just talking about a double Sabbath. Right. This is my understanding. Sure. The black over white was established for this double Sabbath.
Right.
All right.
Sure.
The reason why I mentioned the honorable priest is because, I've had this reasoning with him and many others, mark you, sure. Many others. And as you would know, even at most Bobo Shanti consider Friday as black over white in general.
Right,
I don't get.
And that started at that moment. I'll
I
give you my explanation.
right, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I'm here. But
Picking up,
continue to
right.
speak, and then I'll
Good.
tell you what I know.
Right. Now, so when it comes around to the Good Friday now,
right,
because from my comprehension again, because I held on to Rastafari 96.
right.
So, you know, that's just to be clear then, where I was at that time, in a sense.
Right.
So my comprehension from many was that the Good Friday was always white.
Most natural.
Right, okay.
That's what I know.
But when the double Sabbath was initiated and the black over white, the Good Friday followed. So there are those that don't think so, as you would know, especially at the time. Not now.
I had a conversation with Sister Lily.
I'm gonna make it
like recently, Empress Lily in Ethiopia, recently about it, my lord.
True,
and
my lord.
I was trying to correct her because this is what I know. Coming to the camp.
No, that's a standing. That's a standing Empress there. I don't know what you're correcting now with, you know, but now when you hear about Empress and 21-day purification. Right, you know. But go ahead, go to my lord.
I was when I came to the camp, as you know, as I tell you in 1990, Good Friday is as a matter of fact, my lord, when I started my first Sabbath, when I started my first Sabbath was a Good Friday.
Yeah. It came in the new year. And
my first after the new year, my first was a Good Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I feel that.
Okay, my first Sabbath was a Good Friday.
And that was all white.
I went up the camp. I went on the camp. Because this is it. We had we had holidays. You know, it's Good Friday holidays. So
yeah, of course.
Everything was on vacation for the weekend and Easter Monday and all of that, right?
Of course.
So no work and all of that. So I said, all right, I'm going to Sabbath this weekend. So Good Friday, I left Kingston and go Bull Bay. When I went up the camp that Good Friday, it was all white. Yeah, it was all white. So the tradition from them time, 90, that the tradition was all white. Good Friday, you just treat it just like another Sabbath, you know? Just everything is done from Thursday, everything is done right. So that was the tradition. So I'm trying to remember directly priest, but I think, and I'm not going to say I'm 100% sure, but I want to think is like, I think it's the same year that the father make a tradition. That you see, the father make a tradition in May, right? The Good Friday was coming up, and it's like the father. I got the word. It's either the year before the father made the tradition or the same year, my lord. I got the word that
I can get in the word here, boy.
I got the word that we should wear black over white this Friday. Yeah, that's the word that I got, and that was the tradition at that time. From that time, and we wear black over that happened when Jah was around, you know. Okay. I'm 100% sure. Okay. Yeah, I'm 100% sure. Yes, the father gave the word and said we should wear black over white for that Good Friday.
And that would be 93 then?
I think that was 93.
I'm hearing you.
I'm not going to tell you 100% sure if it is 93 or 94, but it's somewhere around there.
But if it's 94, King Emmanuel would not be around for the Good Friday.
And then the man them just continue the tradition. I think that something like that happened. After 94 when they got it, they wear black over white. Because I was there, you know, and Yeah, I was there. So 94, when we got the word to wear black over white, in accordance and so forth, right? I think the bridging them just continue without, just continue like how it used to go traditionally. You know, see it?
I get
So
it.
I even had instance wherein I go to camp like, because after 94, the father I left camp 1996. But after visiting and so forth, I went back like 1998 or so, and I went to Good Friday service. So there was a rift at the moment because some virgin was wearing full white and some was wearing black over white. You know? So you had a little vibes, and I remember it was a virgin named Priest Lindell. And Priest Lindell said, I know Jah tradition that and blah, blah, blah. You know, see it? So I can tell you definitely it changed between 1993 and 94.
And with respect to Priest Akil, because I mentioned his name, but I didn't finish.
Right.
So I don't want it like it lingering somewhere. So true, you know what I mean, I get a lot of culturing from him.
Right.
I've seen strict black over white in Jamaica during that time, but this is a time ago.
Right.
And I've seen strict all white in Trinidad.
Yeah, because
and of course, you know, a good rights of elders from Trinidad literally sit with the father. I know I come and meet them there as well.
Right.
So, but you know, even how you explain it, just at the absence of a year, could just twist everything. Just a year. But you see now, but hold on, you know, don't feel away. But in the cosmic, you know, that year is a very significant year, you know, 93.
Right.
That's the year of the feast of the Passover.
Right.
And the word may have been wear black over white this Good Friday.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought, priest.
You know, because it's a deep thing, you know, because
that's not because of
here it is. Before you're coming, I make it coming.
Passover and everything that is going on, and the father know the cosmic of everything. I think that's what the father put into place, and through the father make a trad now, it just continue like that. But I don't think it was supposed to continue like that, to be honest with you.
I gonna tell you what affect me the most. You see, when you're on the altar, you know, it's not just a black over white and white. Sometimes a brethren have an all black down to his socks.
Right.
And then our next, except his socks, I should say. So his socks white.
Right.
And then the next brethren will have an all white.
Right.
On the same altar. You know, to me, something wrong. The current.
Not sure.
The current we're dealing with, you know, is a reason why we wear colors away and upside down and all that. It's a current. Sure. You know. So a concern, and you know, another priest, you know, man. I mean, yeah, because he said we have reason about this on an interview similar to this, the Honorable Priest Morgan.
Right.
You know, and I know he's a man that's strict with his white too.
Right.
You know, and we have reason about this several times. Sometimes I even go to him again, maybe kind of to reinsure something, you know, because I find it's a very serious topic.
Honorable Priest Morgan will say the same thing that I'm saying, my lord. I think it was at that moment.
According to him, you know, I know, you know what I mean, I don't want to say it's not the exact words, but I know he say that he's very careful with them words, you know, my lord. But I definitely get the impression when, as he said, you know, that the father ever warned man about that man doing the own thing. You know what I mean? You know, that is white is supposed to do. And Jah himself say, I know this for a fact. He showed me because once, not too long ago, I think it's about just 2 or 3 years ago, when I passed through the hill for a Sabbath, just for a Sabbath. And I sitting with the priest Morgan. There was an earthquake that passed through the same day. And at the same time, just before the earthquake, Priest Morgan, because I asked him about it again, Priest Morgan said, man, my Lord just say, right, that when he bust the earth the Friday morning, he shake off the dust and put on his white to keep the Sabbath. And when he said that, I had a chalice in my hand, my Lord. When he said that, the earth shake. Priest Earl was carrying a service.
Right.
You know, so I mean, and then that hymn we sing every Sabbath, the Hallelujah hymn, when he says, an angel clad in white, they see.
Not sure.
So I mean, I say, wow, So
and I praise. I think it was that for that moment, for everything that was going on in the earth, and the Father knew the tradition that he was going to make. He said black over white for that moment. But it was, I think it was just for that moment. And I will stick to that.
True, my
yeah, I will definitely. Yeah, I will stick. I will stick to that, and I will stick to that.
True.
You know, yeah. But a lot of people is just black over white. But if you reason with other brethren from 80s coming up, they will tell you it was always white.
It's always white. Man,
yeah. I was there that Good Friday when it's not like it's just a word. You know, sometimes the Father will just give you a word, say do that for this moment, you know, and that's what happened. Yeah, I definitely think that's what happened.
My Lord. But since you mentioned, since we're talking about the trading, so I was there at the moment, the 31st day of May, the Tuesday.
Yes, my Lord.
Yes, 1994.
Yes, my Lord.
True.
I was there at the moment. Yeah, I vividly remember the moment. At this moment, we're in what's the name? Esther's son.
Okay.
Yes, Esther's son. I was on the veranda, and Warren is his name. Warren came around.
I hear speak of it.
Warren came and Warren come around the house and he said, well, I don't know what Jamal gonna deal with it now. I talk about John and building, I don't know him I deal with it now. So, but all right, before we come to that moment, we're going to rewind a little bit. We're going to rewind before we even come to that. Before we come to that Tuesday morning, you know?
Nothing different.
Yeah, so
during
the time you will get a word like the brethren they will say, well, John not too feeling too good, you know? Like the palace guards and so forth, who will get the word from up the office and so forth, you know? From up the palace, that John not feeling so well, you know? So that was like, I'm talking about a couple months that this is going on, you know? We're getting the word that, and the only time we would get to see Jah is like, right now is like if you carry up a service or Psalms reading, you know? But it's like the man wouldn't show you nothing like that, you know, as a God still, you know. It's just the same thing. If you go check the Father, it's just the same. I'll give you the word about freedom, redemption, when him depend each and every day, you know, and the love and amongst ourselves, you know, every day, the love and all of that, you know. So he wouldn't show you nothing what you should know. It's the Father that feeling, you know. So it's like things are going on, and the week before that now, I realized it got serious. You know, it got serious the week before that we're in. They were mentioning of bringing in like some form of doctor to see the Father.
Pee-wee?
So,
Pee-wee?
Yes, right, yes, my Lord. So the brethren them did I mention about some form of doctor and so forth. You know, they want somebody to see the Father because. But at that time I never really I go up on the palace regular. You know, I wasn't going up on the palace regular. So but I find that the Friday evening now, I see the brethren them, I see some brethren come up with Pee-wee. And that time, I check some down on the office and so forth. And then I see a brethren with a walking, like a stick, or like a walking stick, like, you know, them medical stick, like, you know, you assist you for walk and so I carry up and bring that for John. So that same Friday evening now, my Lord, that same Friday evening, it was me carrying up the service. So this is the first time when I know that this thing is kind of serious. You know, this thing is serious. So the Friday evening now, you know, when you're as a leading priest carrying up the service, before the service, you would have got to check the Father, and the Father would have given you a word before you go for the service, you know. So The Friday evening now, I'm gonna go carry up the Friday evening service. So I'm gonna go up there now to check the father. It's like, I check Priest Morgan because you get an audience with the father when you go check him, you know. So when I check Priest Morgan now as a palace guard, because you know you have the protocol, you go through the palace guard before you see the father. So you check the palace guard first, and the palace guard go back to the father and say, well, Priest Chris is here to see you, my lord, he's gonna go for the service. And the father says, oh my lord, make him come in and so forth, you know. So you go in and you reason with the father, give thanks, my lord, Sabbath, blah, and you know, such and such. So, and he will say, oh my lord, give thanks, and you know, give you some words, and you go and you carry up your service. And when service have to come down, you come and you get your clothes in him and so forth. So this is the first, this is happening to me, my lord. When I go to the to see the father before I go to service, I can't see the priest Morgan and say, the father cannot see me right now. You see me? So that Friday evening now, I didn't even get to see the father, you know, and I carry up a service that Friday evening, but this is the first that I carry up a service and don't get to see the father before the service, or even when the clothes in him supposed to go. I'm going to go up at the palace to get the clothes in the time that's happening to me, and that was Friday evening. The Sabbath went through, and the word was that, and I guess the father was not getting better. He was getting worse that Sabbath, you know. Sunday went through and so forth. So it's like the word that Priest Morgan was saying is that we must keep the service going, you know, because the father not feeling well, you know. So service was going through Friday evening, Saturday evening, Sunday, even Sunday in the day service I go through and everything, you know. No services are run before the moment, you know. So that Tuesday morning now, the Honorable Bridging, Prophet Warren, come around the house. And the Bridging, I said to me, say, you know what Priest Morgan I deal with, you know? But Priest Morgan I tell him about say John, Priest Morgan I talk about John Breed. So when I hear that now, you have to understand still, you know, Honorable Priest. During our, even before we grow as priests, as how we is at this moment, during the time, even during that time at camp, our understanding is that the father cannot chat. See it? Yes, that was my understanding, plain and straight, you know. Yes. So when him come around and said, because no care what's going on, no care, our understanding is no care what kind of ailments or affliction marks the way, and you know, them kind of understanding we had at the time. And I'm telling you, that was the understanding for everyone that was living in the camp. You see, no one was looking for what was coming. So when him said that to me, the first thing I just put on my robe. And my house wasn't far from the palace, you know, it was a short walk, you know, so me even walk to the back gate of the palace and reach right there in 2 minutes, you know. So, my lord, when I went into the palace, you know, a lot of people around was there, a lot of empresses and brethren and so. And they were singing choruses, you know, gather around, you know. And when I went in the room, I literally saw Honorable Priest Turks rubbing up the father's chest. But literally, I'm telling you straight, the father had passed at that moment, you know. And I saw blood coming out of the father's mouth. But in my natural self, I said, Father passed, man, you know. But not having that full understanding at the moment still, you know. And I'm there in a day same way, you know. Not having the understanding. And brethren and sister was there singing choruses, and the father was on the bed there, you know. And to be honest with you, a lot of people were saying the father was going to return by Friday, you know, and all of that, you know, and that was the thought of a lot of people. But you know, my Lord, literally, I think the father had passed from the night before, you know, and you know, Jamaica hot, but I couldn't literally start smell. So I never understand what's going on, and the brethren them realize that this is serious, you know. So them start make arrangements and so forth, you know. So, but I can tell you, my Lord, it was a chaos amongst us as Baba Shanti at the moment. Yeah, total chaos. People didn't know what to do. Yeah, amongst brethren and brethren. I don't care who it was. It was confusion on the hill at the moment, you know, because none of us was thinking anything like that, you know. Yeah. And priest is just after a while we gain understanding and get more because you have to realize, you know, even me personally, that was like a short moment amongst the man, you know. From 1990 to that moment, you know, it was like short, you know. So I was just still learning a lot of things, and even young in mind still, and I see young 25, 26-year-old, you know. So just still learning and getting more understanding, you know. But after the moment, still, you know, it's like you really look into it. And you just say, well, all of this will have to happen, you know? All of this will have to happen, man. It made me strong at the moment still, you know? Yeah, within the track, still, you know?
You know, I've, as I said, you know, well, I know the other scope certain things I do on YouTube and so, at least from that avenue. I don't know if you catch me on any other avenue or however long, but if it's one thing, I've been even ridiculed for this, and you may get a little ridicule because things like what you say in there not supposed to be said in public. I don't know why, but anything
because people that natural.
Right. But I mean, come on. I mean, this is a real world, and to me,
yes, natural.
There is things that people need to understand. But hear me now. But again, no point. There is things that one needs to understand and comprehend. But as even what you're saying, as I'm saying now, I've had interviews with other ones, the names I call already, and other ones as well that also give some other detail as far as what happened and the back and forward and
yeah, man, we can go into the detail part of it too.
Right. But
the confusion, right?
Yeah. But the details I want now, from the eye perspective, was the Friday when the burial was taking place.
Okay.
I ain't gonna say nothing else. I just want your details. I'm not gonna say nothing to make you feel okay. That's what I want. I just want you to tell me what happened that day.
After the confusion now.
No, me and you never talk about that day, right?
Right.
Okay, so I'll
that's right. So after the confusion now, honorable priest, and you know, man, reality kick in.
Okay.
Right, reality kick in, and man realize, well, you know, we have to take care of this, you know. Yeah, we can't let this stay right here just like that, you know. So we have to take care of this in a royal way, because that's how the ancestors deal with it, in a royal way. So I guess common sense start to kick in a man and so forth. So the bridging them at first, there was a back and forth to the morgue and so forth, and finally all of that taken care of and so forth. So coming up to burial and so forth, certain bridging who have understanding of it, like Zebi was there up front, who have understanding how traditional thing goes. So he put himself up front and say he know certain tradition, because none of us wasn't following no tradition when it comes to burial and all of that. So Priest Debbie was up front, and you had Priest Michael from Bahamas who was up front also within carrying up at the service, and other priests was up front. All right, so
but
during the time,
it's not Priest Earl specifically carry up the service there.
Was it Priest Earl? I
think so, man. Check your culture good.
Yeah, Priest Earl. Yeah, Priest Earl carry up the service. Probably Priest Michael, Minister Second.
Right.
Yeah,
but anyway, go through.
Yeah, because to be honest with you, a lot of man never know how to deal with it. A lot of man get weak out. So Priest Earl was brave enough to step up to it, to the plate and go through. So Priest Earl was the one who, lead the service. And then you had, during the service, what I can remember, because to be honest with you, I was at a distance.
Yeah, I could imagine.
The procedure.
Yeah, right.
But there was a lot of whirlwind during the time. I can definitely remember there was a lot of whirlwind. And I think whenever the man there was a huge whirl. That's what I remember definitely. There was a huge whirlwind whenever they start shoveling the dirt to cover up the casket. Yeah. There was a huge whirlwind, my Lord. I can definitely remember. That's what I remember from that moment, you know. There was a huge whirlwind. Whenever they cover that, they start throwing that dirt, there was a huge whirlwind, you know. So that's what I remember definitely from the burial. That sink in my memory from that time.
And it's as if you can see it.
Not sure. Yeah, because you can see the whirlwind going up.
Right,
you can definitely see the cumbler, and everyone say, well, I try that. You know, see it?
Well, I mean, in reality, you know, the way I even analyze that, because as you say, reality kick in.
Not sure.
But you see, to me, as a philosopher, to me, it's the way our concept of the Creator, our concept of the Most High, you know, as you say, a lot of us, we come into Rastafari walking with Jesus. So we turn Selassie into Jesus and Emmanuel into Jesus. And you may sound disrespectful, but turn them into God too, when you really understand the real high science of the Creator, the Most High, our African tradition. If we really link in that, because King Emmanuel don't tell us he gonna make a move. And when we have the goat and the chicken ceremony, you know, enough man don't flip for that alone. Say, wait, what's really going on here? But there is African. No, but when you like it or not, hold on, you know, what I'm saying, whether a man want to agree or not, especially as a man that is a Bobo Shanti, there is African voodoo tradition there that the man play out on the 10th of December 1993 when he say he gonna make a move. I mean, let's just say I would wish it wasn't so. That would be. You check it. You know what I mean? The same Priest Morgan say, I don't think he was there, but he said when King Emmanuel sent them to get them goats and chickens at a certain place, far, far, far in the country. And when they lay the order to the woman, she says, so who is going to die?
Exactly.
So I say in all of that to come back to the same whirlwind in a man. You know, whether a man believe he's who I and I say or not, the reality is, you know what I mean, them is ancient African high science. Exactly. So it's obvious that you're not dealing with a regular human being, that's for sure. You know what I mean? Because those, as you say, were a bit far off, you know. A man like Priest Harold, he was far off too. He said he was down the hill. And he said, when the wind come down, he said he smell, you know, Priest Harold. You know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. He said he smell an ointment. You know what I mean? That they used to anoint Jawed. I don't know if they did that for that.
I can tell you about a smell that there was a smell in the air. I can definitely tell you that there was a smell. I don't know what it was, but there was a smell.
Them ain't no regular scene.
There was a smell there, my lord. I don't know what it was, but there, I can tell you there was definitely a smell. You know, see? But the significance of what I remember was that whirlwind, my lord.
Well, everyone would have whirlwind.
That, yeah. Everyone can see it. It's like no one, anyone who was there, probably wasn't looking in that direction or what. But you can, if from your look, from your daddy, and you observe, you're gonna see that cluster of wind and dust and everything. Let's go up.
Right,
yeah, man.
Right. But
so,
those that were right.
Started when them started.
Yeah, those that were right up front say that the whirlwind come out of the hole.
Sure, not sure.
I mean, kingdom is real thing, you know. I mean, yeah. In fact, they have some other testimonies. I wouldn't even go into them there. Them is personal testimonies, but I prefer speak of what everybody see. See, like how you
everybody can testify.
Yeah,
you know?
every goodie. Right.
Sure, man.
Sure, my lord.
Yeah, man.
Well, you know, as I say, you know, we have to do it again. But before we go, King. You know, you say when you went into the Congress, when you went in, you know, it was, I guess that would be the first African mission.
Right, yes.
King, the Congress has grown tremendously in numbers from them time there, numbers.
Yes,
there are thousands of us
tremendously in numbers, right?
All over the globe.
Right.
This is not a YouTube Congress. This is not a Facebook Congress. It's not an Instagram Congress. It's an international Congress. I mean, don't get me wrong. These things are there and we can utilize them. But even in them time, you know, Jatting wasn't a radio Congress. It wasn't a television Congress. Neither it was a phone Congress. It was an international Congress.
International, sure.
We do have a headquarters in Jamaica. And we have a few official branches. And in every corner of the earth, some Bobo Shanti day, crown and crown. You know, we are a Congress where a person cannot really go to a website and register to be in it. Although that is not the way it's done, we know that. But, you know, at least an outlet is not there. You know, it is, you know, the standard our father has set. You know the man, and you know the man is a progressive man.
Most natural, my lord.
Not because, you know what I mean, his presence is not with us like that now. Come and say he dwell with us, he dwell in us. Yeah, he dwell in all of us, but how much of us dwell in him? And that's what the Christ said, you know what I mean? The Father dwell in me, but me dwell in he too. So that's very important. So the advancement of this thing here, my lord, because this thing need to advance on many different grounds, down to the hymns we sing, King. Down to them hymns they we sing. I gonna be clear with you, when His Majesty Earth they come around and man be drawing for hymns like Joy to the World, and so I be very upset because what I'm saying, the Father himself show you in a man that we gonna have to do away with these things sooner or later. So
I agree with your praise.
And that's just one aspect, you know, that's almost the least of our issues, my lord. I deal with economy, unity, and rebuilding, and so many other things. How are we moving on from here? Now, I mean, I know that's a program for itself, but whatever you think you can put on.
As you mentioned, we have grown extremely within numbers, but as far as even if I go to the camp today, comparing to the structure that I saw in 1990, it has not grown, but diminished, you know, see? Because remember, I can tell you, when I go to the camp, you know, I see a structure setting on my lord. Yeah, everything running on a level. The Father, there was two trucks, Jeep, you have Benz parking on the garage, you have other vehicle to go make other runs for official, like you're going to to see government ministers and all of that. You have vehicle for that and all of that. So
move.
the structure of what the father said was very up and running, and we have not improved on that. And I'm not gonna blame because I am to be blamed also, you know. I'm not gonna say this one or that one still, but it's like things go down since the father has made a move when it comes to the structure of the Congress. You know, see it?
Go down.
It has gone down, my lord, and at this point right now, even with everything that's going on, and what we see going on the earth, you know, we have to find back that structure, my lord. We have to, because that's the only thing that's gonna save us in this time, you know. See,
exactly.
I said the principles of what the father said, and that we have to go forward to and bring back the Congress to what it is and what it was, you know. See, you know. See, so we have to have these reasoning, my lord, and we have to build on what we're doing right now, you know. See, we have to, because even Chris and Kailash mentioned last year we wanted to do like an economic reasoning, you know, where we all can gather down there and come up with something where we can. We don't want to talk about things of people and the past and who used to do that and that. And where we're dealing with is right now, what is going on today, you know, and how we can make it better, you know. See, so that's
you ever parliament member?
Yes,
You are.
I did get, yes, my lord. All of them things there really, they get called up to the parliament and all of that still.
So you're one of them man that the nation say they're waiting on. No, yes. I not saying so.
No, well.
I ain't saying so at all. Trust me, I would never say that.
Yes.
But that's the excuse in a lot of man mouth. The man of them from the parliament that just left. I mean, like, wow.
But I would tell those people, don't sit down and wait for them people there, because it don't make sense. Because a lot of man is on their own journey right now. You know, see it?
One or two man try on.
Yes.
I mean, come on, man.
We have to restructure.
Come on, exactly, man.
We got to restructure and work with the willing hearts at this moment.
Exactly.
Who is willing to make the thing happen? That's what we have to work with, you know? So you can't sit down and wait for people, my lord. That's not gonna work in this time, you know?
Respect.
We have to, you see what we have to know? We need more brethren and sisters to come together and make we just have a more concrete reasoning and how we're gonna move on, you know, within the stage, you see?
Well, our reasoning tonight was more on an inspirational level. That's because, right. You know, to be straight, you know, the audience, a lot of young ones seeking for that knowledge and even some clarity and even just, as I said, a little inspiration.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And even those amongst I and I, you know what I mean, that are still filling in the gaps of, and we'll always be filling in the gaps, you know.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, it's you know, it's a joy still that the I could come and sit with us and share.
I give thanks, my lord. I give thanks. I feel the high energy, you know, and give thanks to the works that the eye is doing and continue, because we have to recognize and honor the priest. The eye is doing a great job. Man, the eye is doing something great, and I must tell the eye, say I really give thanks. I appreciate, love the works that the eye is doing still, you know, see it, because I get strength from it, you know, see it. Yeah, man. So I give thanks, you know, see it, through my lord. So just continue, my lord. Yeah, man, to go far and wide, you know.
True,
man. And so Emmanuel, you know, what I see in the eye is just Emmanuel works, you know, see it. So I have to give thanks, you know, see it.
That's the part. I give thanks, you know, as I said, it's just Jah give us the strength to do this, you know.
True, my lord.
So, any other sealing words you'd like to give?
Well, I just give thanks to this moment, you know, my lord, where I share with the eyes still, you know. I give thanks for the black Christ in the flesh, a man, you know. You know, some know the man as, you know, Uncle Manny.
Joe,
some
yes.
know him as Bongo Eddie. Some know him as Prince Charles. Some know him as Bongo Eddie, you know. Different names were showing the tradition of Rastafari coming up to 40s, 50s, you know, coming on to 60s, you know. And I coming at the time where we acknowledge the man as King Emmanuel, Charles Edwards, the Black Christ, the Lord Servant, crown champion of human rights and human justice, you know, king of the races, king of the masses, you know. So we give thanks to that man who coming at the earth. I get a moment with the man, my lord. You know, I have enough liquor, other moment, enough time when we can share with the eye where we have,
yes,
where we can, where we share moments with the man, and I get a couple of years where I share, where the man share his joy with I. Put it like that, you know. Yeah, he share a moment with me within this dispensation of life, you know, and it was great, my lord. It was great. It was very inspirational. It make I who is I is in this time, and you know, it was a glorious moment. And I give thanks to the Congress where the man even said still, you know, and brought forth amongst us, you know, and that, you know, we can share it amongst others, you know, and children, the generation to come still, you know. So on the platform where I even have where you share good and positive word sound, you know, in the earth. They give thanks to the God that moved through the eye, you know. King Emmanuel, Charles Edwards is moving through the eye, that the eye can put forth these platform in the earth that others can come and see it and get great understanding and learn and share the joy of the Black Christ salvation, you know. Melchizedek, you know, Christ with us, you know, man. Holy Emmanuel eyes, Selassie, Rastafari. Never give thanks and ever praise Isaac and continue upon the journey, you know. And
my Lord.
have enough more joy if you share same way.
Give thanks.
Look for a moment where we can even step on the altar together and sing for us and to him and rock tune and your bingy still, you know. But you mentioned a while ago and every praise, even some of the hymns then we have to review and chorus too, you know. Yeah, we have to review them and, you know, and sing which is more black, which is more black, you know. The more blacker hymns, you know.
Right, that's the word I get, you know, that man,
Yeah, black,
I mean, man's supposed to rewrite these books and make our own hymns. I mean, we have several choruses that come from I, you know.
Right.
Several of them, man. You don't know, roll, bubble, roll. Couple chorus well. That even just recently, you know, the brethren them in St. Lucia and Priest Tiger, well known for making up choruses too. You know what I mean? The great Priest Tiger still. So it's happening. Maybe I should have honored that before I even say what I said, but it just was a quick talk. But in reality,
but I totally agree with that.
But yeah, in reality, especially on the hymn level, I don't mean just a flyby, you know, I mean a constructive sit down. I'm not a musician. But hear me say, I'm not a musician as such. But if I have to do it, I will do it. And I suppose we can sit down even as a team and construct a brand new hymn book, not from hymns, from them things, but make them up literally and give them harmony. You know, that's why I said musician and what you calling people, proper people that sing. I can't remember, I don't know the official word for a singer.
Whatever them be, but
whatever that vocalists. Yeah, they have them amongst us. They have man amongst us that are choir masters, you know, man.
Right.
Real, some of them names you called before, I always hear about them, man. Even man amongst us now, man like Pre-Shimran and so, man that is top choir master. We can sit and orchestrate, and we are poets among us and orchestrate proper, you know, praises and put them on the things aside.
At the hymns and so forth, you know.
Yeah, man. That's just my yeah.
We have all those quality people amongst us, my lord.
Yes, my lord. You know, we are top musician. So, King,
give thanks and give praise.
You know, I can do a few things here with my people. I don't know if you know how to let yourself out.
Me just cut it off. My daughter set it up for me, so probably she have to come deal with it, you know.
Okay, well, everything blessed, man. Everything blessed.
All right, give thanks to the moment again here.
Yes, my Lord.
All right,
Yes,
one
and
out of love, and we keep the link, man.
yeah, man. Of course, positive. Yeah.
All right, my Lord. Peace
And
and
even
love.
yeah, so as I said, give thanks to the honorable priest coming in there with us. And of course, spending such a moment with us even at this time. And I don't know if on your corner there you have on the right hand side, you have a sign there called end meeting.
Leave meeting. I got it. All right.
Yeah.
You got it, please.
Leave. Yeah, okay, maybe leave meeting because you're the one that.
Yeah, man. Leave, man. Okay.
But
all
yeah,
right,
so
peace and
definitely
love.
give, yes, my Lord, definitely give thanks even for the honorable priest coming in and spending a moment with us. And as he said, we will be definitely doing that again sometime in the near future, where we'll be, continuing such a reasoning. I hope it was, of standard to you. I hope it was upful. I hope it added to you. I also hope and pray that it would lead you to a better understanding of even the order of the Black Christ, the Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edwards. This will also be used as an audio for the Shock of the Hour radio program. Let me just remind you again, if you are not a member of the Shock of the Hour subscription team, all you have to do is to contact us via email as precisaac27@gmail.com. In fact, I'm going to put it on the screen in a moment. precisaac27@gmail.com, and you definitely become a part of the subscription team. Just contact us and tell us if you prefer a monthly subscription, a 6-month subscription, or a yearly subscription. Of course, the more time that you take for your subscription, you would get a better well, it would be more economical, yes, to give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life. Yeah, wow. Yeah, so also remember at the same time, there's a few things I want to highlight to you, but anyway, I will leave that for another time. You could just take a look at this, and it's blessed love. Summary: International Home School, Astronomy, Class 8, Venus. Venus does not have any moons or rings. Venus is nearly as big as the Earth with a diameter of 12,104 kilometers. Venus is thought to be made up of a central iron core, rocky mantle, and silicate crust. A day on the surface of Venus, solar day, would appear to take 117 Earth days. A year on Venus takes 225 Earth days. The surface temperature on Venus reaches 471 Celsius. A day on Venus is longer than a year on the same. Blessed love.